Hello, and welcome to all of my wonderful comment belowers here on our YouTube channel. It has been a while since we have been here doing a chat. I think the last one we did was on Sunday with our charm chat, which was a lot of fun, and it included a hangout session. So will today's chat, which is very, very, very exciting. If you are here today, you're here for the Fosters chat. I'm very excited to be getting to that chat. I just want to let you know, in case you weren't in the Facebook VIP group, well, first of all, to go on to the Facebook comment below and let me know group. That is where you will receive all of the updated notifications. But I was just saying over there a couple of things. First of all, I've had a very busy day today, believe it or not. So I'm only about 5.5 minutes into the episode. In saying that, I don't want to stop you guys from type chatting away. So please go ahead and type throughout the episode. I will be multitasking by watching the episode and looking at what you guys have to say as well and responding to that. Once we get to the conclusion of this Fosters episode, or once I get to the conclusion of the Fosters episode, I should say, we are going to be doing a Hangouts chat. Now, if you are on the Facebook comment below and let me know group, you will be aware of the fact that I do need to leave at 1:30 p.m. 1:30 a.m. My apologies, Australian Eastern Standard Time. I do apologize about that. I've just got quite a few things going on today, so sorry about that, guys. But I still ask you to come along to the Hangouts chat and, of course, to our Fosters chat now. And if you guys want to have your own Hangouts chat after 1:30 a.m., that is totally fine. I just wanted to give everyone a heads up so that I didn't just suddenly leave at an unexpected time. But if you are in the room, say hi and I will definitely give you a shout out. Let's get right into the Fosters section of this chat by I'll put on the audio and watch the episode and see what you guys have to say. If you're in the room, say hi, I'll give you a shout out. Let's go into the room. Okay. So I'm having a few, it looks like I'm having a few buffering issues at the moment, so I do apologize about that. Yep, so I'm just having a few issues with buffering there. I'm so sorry about that. But let's get right on to the episode. If you have anything that you'd like to comment with, please do. I can see the comments at the same time as I am watching the episode. And as I said, once the episode finishes, we will get straight into our Hangouts chat. Big hi and hello to President A, who says that that he is here. He hasn't seen season 5 because he doesn't have access to it. Well, we'll definitely have to help you with that. There are a few people who might have some ideas, so certainly feel free to ask around at the comment below and let me know. Facebook page. Tori's here as well. Hi, Tori. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to restart or resume this episode while I'm talking to you guys, because I don't want to take up too much time watching the episode. Tori says the episode was really touching for her. Oh, there you go. Apparently it touched on a lot, so.
You need to give Kelly a chance to defend her work. Well, in addition, you're going to have to, so think about it.
Just to defend her work? Are you serious? Oh my gosh.
I told you like a million times.
Dude.
I can help you do this over the phone, but I don't think I can deal with someone who's going to lie to me. I won't do it again, I swear. Yeah, well, it's not just that. It's... Maybe this is dumb, but it kind of feels like some video game is more important than me.
Oh, are you serious?
I don't think that's the kind of boyfriend I want.
I mean...
No. It's not. I promise. You're the most important thing. Please, just give me another chance. I won't lie to you again. I swear. I'll make time for this. Okay.
Oh, you better aww. Nice little kiss between them. Well, you better prove it.
Mariana let me in.
Dude. Dude, we are not doing video games.
I know we were going to play this afternoon,
But we're not going
is
to.
it okay if we do it tomorrow? Why? Well, I just... No one haven't seen each other in a while, and, school. Wherever. Thanks.
I get where Jude's boyfriend is coming from. I really do.
Don't know where he went on to, but he'll be back
Because he
soon.
can't stop playing the game for some reason. Hi, Angels.
Right?
I'm so sorry that you're feeling sick.
So, do
Oh,
you
you
still
poor
keep in touch with
thing.
anyone from high school? No, not really. Well, I see Tommy Hutchinson sometimes since he's on the force. You? Oh, no, I lost touch with everyone when I moved to the East Coast.
Uncomfortable silence for $500.
So he's exhausted. He's been doing testing all day with his TBI. It's just a lot for him. So I told him to go ahead and keep sleeping. I hope it's okay.
Mama.
So, Callie, I understand you taking college classes now? It's just art class. Don't suggest. Don't diminish your points art. Mom, where's that waterfall you told me about? Dad and I are going to take a hike tomorrow. Cedar Creek. Yeah, it should be beautiful this time of year. Give you directions after dinner. Thank you. Which reminds me, I need the car. You don't get first dibs because you're the oldest. I get first dibs because I'm going to work. You know, so you need another car. I can't afford another car. The only reason we have 3 cars is because Grandpa Frank gave us the Prius. I should cut yourselves lucky that you have 1 car to share. Precious burgers with I already took care of it's right there. Oh, so you did. There it is.
Okay.
How about you, young lady? You taking over the world now? I'm trying, Grandpa. Any boys? No. What about Logan? He's the boy who will get next door. Oh. Yeah, no, we're just friends. He has a boyfriend. Yeah, well, when I met your grandmother, she had a boyfriend. So I became her friend, and then when they broke up, and she needed a shoulder to cry on, guess who was there? And guess who Logan's mother is? Mom's first girlfriend.
No.
My first crush.
Well done, Jude.
Trust me, father's on that. What does that mean? Oh, nothing. Just one night, my father caught Tessy cuddling on the couch, and so he sent me to church for counseling.
Oh.
He did. That sucks.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
It does.
Oh, water under the bridge. So, asparagus. Yeah, asparagus.
Oh, there you go. There's an idea, Tori.
So we're putting the house into a trust.
I've never heard of that one before.
Just protect the kids. Just in case anything happens. Thank you. Which you'll let us know.
Oh, hi, Chocolate Factory Hunter. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people aren't having a lot of sleep. I mean, I know why Angels hasn't had a lot of sleep, and if you need the lunchtime nap, certainly take it, Angels. You certainly deserve it. But yeah, it doesn't help when you don't get a lot of sleep. That's for sure. Hi, Kim Yim. Yes, Kim Yim's saying it's been so long. Just popped in to say hi. It has. Thank you for being here. Rarely awake this early, which is why I'm never here. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Kim Yim. I really appreciate it. So great to have you here. Yay. It's a great advice, Tori. Yeah. So I know of a few people who are having trouble accessing it. So that's some really good advice there, President A. Let us know if it helps. We have had quite a few hangouts this week, which has been really good. Not all of them have been live on YouTube, but they've been really good. But Angels has been very dedicated to our hangouts. And so definitely, if you need to take a nap, Angels, we totally forgive you. And Tori will be back in a moment. No problems at all. All right, I'll keep going with the episode.
Is this engaged?
Yeah, Jesus is not engaged. That's what happens when you're listening to half conversation.
Going back to school because of this girl? That's absurd. Something that matters to him. You have something that matters to him. The treehouse. Maybe Jesus needs to actually do something to earn the privilege of building it, like getting an education. If we take away that treehouse, it's only going to keep we're punishing him, and then we will have a full-blown rebellion on our hands. I agree. Use it as leverage. It's going to hate us forever. That was a slip.
Oh, that's
An early flight. It's been up since 4:30.
I feel sorry for Jesus, but at the end of the day, I don't think Jesus having the TBI should run everything. What do you guys think?
I don't know, like maybe 10 or something like that. But we don't have to write them all together either. We could play like a solo or two if you want.
Wow, interesting dream, Chocolate Factory Hunter. Or shall I say nightmare? Wow, I'm so sorry that you had a nightmare there.
It's whatever. I just worry about her. She doesn't have the best taste in men. X is a total douche. Well, she picked you.
Yeah, go ahead, Angels. Go ahead.
Thanks a lot for bringing her up at dinner, by the way. I told you I needed to think about it. Doctor, your mom. Right? Feel her out, see what she thinks. Hello there. I was just thinking about what you said about your dad. When he came out. I'm so sorry Frank treated you that way.
That's bad.
When I found out Lena was gay, all I wanted to do was to make sure she knew how much I still loved her.
Aww.
It took some getting used to. It was a surprise. But she's my daughter.
Oh, they're not going
She
to.
was my daughter too.
They're so not taking his name off the lease, are they?
And I'm so very proud of you. Simone, there's something I wanted to talk to you guys about. At the house. What I mean is, how are you guys doing financially? I'm fine. I don't know much to worry because I have taken over finances so there won't be any more surprises. I'm glad you brought this up. Your father and I have been talking about, well, the money that he loaned you to buy the house. If we had that money in our account, it would be accruing interest. So it only seems fair that you and staff start paying us back something.
Marissa. And hi and welcome to the chat. Good one.
You want us to pay you interest on the loan for the house.
Oh.
It was a gift. It was never a loan.
Exactly.
And now we're supposed to pay interest on it? Great.
Exactly.
Hey, then we're gonna have to put you back.
Does anyone know the name of the actress that plays Lena's mum?
So we won't have to worry about him being reckless. I will talk with you tomorrow. conversation with Taz. It's stuck there like half an hour today. Absolutely nothing to talk about. Why don't you talk about what happened in high school? It's clearly still bothering you. I don't want to rehash old high school BS. It's ridiculous. I'm not gonna do it. I'm pretty good on there. What is that, a surprise? Don't be sexist. So is your girlfriend still mad at you? She's still not talking to me. Women, man, I mean, you take one selfie with a cute girl at a party, then bam, shut down.
Hi, Skylar. Thanks for joining us. Lorraine Toussaint. There you go. I feel like I've seen her in something else aside from Foster's, but I don't know what it is.
So, how are you?
Fine, everything's fine.
You sure you're still not mad at me about the whole piece of your speech thing?
No, not that.
They brought up a very interesting topic before, Steph and Lena, about Lena's mum wanting them to pay interest on the loan, and Steph was saying it wasn't a loan, it was a gift. So here's a question that I'm going to put out to you guys. How do you know, or how can you determine if when you're being given money, if it's a loan or if it is meant to be a gift? What are the signs?
Like a lousy day yesterday. Got ripped apart over my self-portrait. Someone said my piece didn't know where I wanted to be because I didn't. Maybe they're right. Maybe I don't have a voice as an artist. Maybe I don't have anything to say. Maybe I just rushed into taking this class personally to my mom.
Poor Callie, she's second guessing herself.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. We're on this beautiful hike. I just want to enjoy the moment.
Aww.
So who should we get for our third player? We could do a rando or...
Hey.
Yeah.
I
Boyfriend.
thought we were hanging out later. I thought we were hanging out later. You said one. I swear I said two.
So, what, I'm just supposed to sit around and watch you guys make out or whatever?
Are you supposed to go home?
Are you for real right now?
Taylor, no, that's not what... Damn it, guys. Why do you keep putting me in this terrible position? I mean, what am I supposed to do?
You're gonna lose
Pass
both.
snow to leave for one thing, since I had to leave yesterday.
Well, if you ask me to leave, then I'm never coming back.
Goodbye.
You know what? You can both leave and never come back as far as I'm concerned.
In a way, I get
How many
what
times do we have to do this?
his boyfriend is saying.
About 20 times for each letter.
20?
It's some sort of written contract.
Sure.
Marissa's saying, I think if it is a loan, that it should come with some sort of written contract that have been signed by both parties, even if it's never brought to a lawyer, so it's clear. Yeah, I completely agree. Definitely either a written contract or something that can be seen by way of like an email or a text or something tangible that shows that it was a loan in the first place. And Skylar's saying, oh, loans, I just signed my first one for graduate school. Oh, congrats with the graduate school thing. But yeah, they're not fun. But there you go. So Skylar signed a contract, and a contract is definitely another way to determine that it's a loan for sure. There you go.
Trust me, I know a girl's mind. So don't.
I don't know why the neighbor is holding the letter I on a piece of paper and jumping. It's a bit weird, but anyway.
What's the matter? My boyfriend and my best friend are both upstairs, and they won't stop fighting over who gets to spend time with me. Must be hard to be so wanted. Come on, man.
Oh, yes, she's going to kick butt.
Grandma, what are you doing?
Go, Grandma. Go,
I
Grandma.
went to leave yesterday, so it's only fair that you leave this time.
Yeah, but he's my boyfriend. So I understand you having a scheduling challenge. Now, I've seen many a friend through the course, and even seen a few custody battles in my day. I'm not a child, Grandma. No, of course not, but I've learned that the only way to navigate this kind of problem is to have a firm schedule in place. Now,
I love
what
it.
goes is this. You get Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of one week, and Tuesday and Thursday of the next. And you get the opposite. On Saturdays, you all hang out together. What about Sundays? But Sundays you rest.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Any comments, concerns? No. Good.
I hate to say it, but go her. So what day is it today? To where signed initials can't be. Yeah, it's a good point, Marissa, especially when it comes to family. I completely agree.
When I was young, I used to have dreams I could fly all the time. It's awesome. Could do anything, go anywhere. It's completely free. Now when I have a flying dream, I'm usually always running away from something or someone is trying to hold me down.
I've never had a dream like that. At least not that I can remember. What do you think's trying to hold you down in your dreams? Well, you know what Carl Jung says? Everyone in your dreams is you, right?
Jung, dear. Not yeah, Jung.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I just may have negotiated the greatest peace talks of this Camp Davis.
Where's the
You better know time for coffee. You should be here anytime.
So Dana, I guess we need to talk about this interest on the house. What exactly are you guys expecting?
Whatever you think is fair.
Okay, well, I don't know. Seeing as we've always thought that the money Stuart put in the house was Lena's early inheritance, it's hard to say what's fair.
Steph, I wasn't there, so I don't know for sure the content of your conversation with Stuart, but I do know he considers it a loan.
Okay, here's how I know that wasn't the case. Dana, we wouldn't have bought the house. We never could have afforded to pay back you and the bank, and to be honest, I don't think that Stuart's memory is what it was.
Steph, what exactly are you implying?
Nothing. How about this? How about we draw up something with a lawyer to arrange our repayment plan? Interest for now, and when we sell, the loan in full. In exchange, we would like to take Stuart off the title. Dana, we cannot risk another lien.
Well, I don't know. I have to discuss this with your father. Anybody home?
Here we go.
Hi, we're the kids. Come on, I want to show you something. What do you think? I got it for the kids so they wouldn't have to bicker all
Oh
the
my
time.
god, he bought them a
You
car.
got us a car?
Oh my god.
Thank you. Daddy, we can't accept this.
Why not? You took a car from Frank. Because we can't afford to pay for it. We're barely making ends meet as it is. Oh, don't worry. You're making good money. And then bonus is coming in. No, it's not. You're retired, love.
So sad.
Your mom was right. This is about the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
Oh god, don't tell me they're gonna go skinny dipping.
Wait, are you serious? I really want to do this. It just looks a little.
Okay, maybe not totally skinny dipping, but close enough.
We'll sign whatever you need. We can get back the money with interest. No, you shouldn't have to do that. Knowing my husband, I'm sure that at the very least things will fake.
So, you're probably gonna need money, for care for him. We want to help. Please let us.
Thank you.
How long has this been going on?
About a year or so. There's just some things you don't want to talk about, Just doesn't make them go away. I am so not ready for this. I'm not ready to lose him. Picture yourself
Looking at the car?
Yeah. Stand through
Sorry we couldn't keep it then.
Sit. Something's been bothering me. You remember when you came out and I said I still love you? Yeah, that was terrible. That was a terrible thing to say. Well, I mean, still love you. What is that? I still love you in spite of the fact you're gay. What? That's just... My love for you has never changed, not one bit. And what I should have said was, I'm very proud you know me. And I can't wait to meet the person you choose to share your life with.
You remember when I was little? How you would sit and watch cartoons with me? Every morning, no matter how bad we needed to get to work. That was all the time. But now that I have a job and I have kids of my own, I can't help but think how hard that must have been. Thank you for that. Just being a really good dad.
Be more careful with these. Someone could get hurt, like you said. Listen,
Takes two to travel.
the other night, I didn't know that you still had feelings for Cora. I don't. It's not that, okay? Be more careful, or otherwise Mason's gonna end up with a nail in his head like Jesus. It's dangerous with all this shit lying around here.
What's going on?
Nothing. Since Brandon here's a little mad. What? No, I told you, I'm fine. It's fine, okay? It's whatever, Courtney. Do whatever you want. Fall in love, get married, have another baby. Why not?
I almost want to say go be there.
So, you really think you don't know who you were? Because I don't, like, at all. I see someone who ferociously knows who she is and what she is. Seriously, think about it. When you're fighting for someone else, like Kyle, you never waver. So, why can't you find that belief in yourself?
I don't know. I'm not like you. You're so sure of yourself. I just keep thinking that I should know everything. Who I am, what I want, what my I'm supposed to be like, it's just making me crazy that I don't. And so when someone doubts me, I just crumble.
I get it. But the truth is, no one knows the entirety of the world. And if they say they do, they're either lying or bringing me away.
I guess.
Yeah, it was a good line, wasn't it, Skylar?
Is who I am and what I want right now.
Oh.
I want right now is this.
It's so happy together. It's so beautiful. Ah, he's holding things that say I love
You make me fly, baby.
the
You're
person
the only one for me.
he loves.
That was pretty cool.
Told ya. Upload that to your Insta and she'll be calling you before she even finishes watching it. Trust.
I was coming out here to say sorry. Please don't go.
I should. It's for the best.
Oh, yay, she's going.
Generous.
Your place is already
No, let her go.
The
Let her
truth
go.
is,
Let her go.
I was caught off guard seeing these
No, no, shut up. Let her go.
How did it feel?
No.
I still don't.
No, go back inside the house, Brandon. Let her go.
I get it. Taking with grace was definitely weird for me too. I started freaking out about it, and I realized, isn't it just normal to feel a little bit jealous when your ex moves on? Really, does it have to mean anything more than that? It's not like it means you and I want to get back together.
No, no,
Right?
no.
Or that we should.
No.
What I finally figured out is I just want you to be happy.
Oh, how lovely.
Me too.
Now drive away.
You should guess whoever you want.
Now go away. Okay.
But I do think I have to go.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Honestly, I shouldn't be kissing anyone right now.
Exactly. Fine.
I should be focused on my kid, being a good mom, and getting my life together.
Exactly. Fine.
But thank you, really, for everything. Good man, my master.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Oh, that looks like the time has come. I love you too, sweetie.
Exactly right,
Can't we
Skylar.
watch some cartoons for old time's sake? Here, take these. Is Grandpa right? You said it's gonna happen to your parents. So we didn't just drift apart in high school, and I didn't dump you because I got new friends. I had feelings for you, romantic feelings, and I don't know if you remember this, but maybe you don't that time. That my father caught us cuddling on the couch. Do you? Yeah. Well, he sent me to our church, talked to the youth minister, get my head on straight, so to speak. And after that, I think I was just embarrassed and ashamed.
else to do but to distance myself. Okay, if you had those feelings back in high school, why did you marry Mike? It's because I thought I was supposed to. And I'm happy with the way things are now, but I know that it caused Mike a lot of pain. And I'm afraid that I hurt you too, and for that I want to apologize. That was hurt when you suddenly cut me out. But you know what? It was a long time ago, and honestly, it wasn't that big a deal. I mean, it's not like I had those feelings for you, so, you know. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she did. I bet she did.
Wait, did you?
Oh, he's lighting candles and playing music. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm thinking you should throw your engagement party here.
We're getting towards the end, guys, so hangout warning about 5 minutes away.
Sure about that.
I'm happy it's not someone. Yeah, that's the least I can do.
Once this finishes, I'll put the invite for hangouts on the group, and then we'll go straight into the chat, okay? Oh my gosh, I just realized that on the outside of the door of Grace's apartment is the letter A. Oh gosh, is she A?
Go back to the room.
Everything okay?
Yeah, just my mom doing her overprotective thing again. What did you hear?
Nothing. Just thought of you and wanted to give you this.
So, chocolates.
Talking a lot of times, this is my favorite.
Yeah, chocolates. Oh.
So it worked.
It did?
Yeah, I just got off the phone with her. She was like totally confident.
Oh my god, yay!
Well, thank you.
Oh.
You're a good friend.
So listen, do you have any plans next Saturday? I'm going with a group of friends, and I was thinking, since you don't really know that many people, maybe you want to come with us?
Yeah, that sounds great. But Olivia's actually here that weekend. So maybe we could all go.
Yeah, I do think we could all go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Sweet. All right, see ya.
Indeed. Yeah, that sounds great. We'll all just go together. Oh my god, and she sent her Mariana a message saying thank you for doing it. Oh my god. But Heike, I know what you're doing, bitch, so stay the hell away from my man or I will beat you down. Oh my god. Okay, maybe don't go with her. I love that there's been a lot more Jude in this episode. Okay, so Jude has been sent an email. Hi there, my name is Wade Richards and I'm the social media director for the multiplayer video game Eminent Power. We here at EP have seen your incredible Vainglory live streams and we have an offer for you. We'd like you to become an ambassador for our game. Wow. What does that mean? Well, basically it means we'd like to pay you to play. We are quite impressed. Wow, that's pretty cool. We are quite impressed with what you're doing and hope you'll join our team. If you're interested, contact Wade Richards on a number from the Eminent Power social team. That's pretty cool. Then again, it's probably going to drive a wedge between him and Noah.
Hey! Oh my god, you're never gonna believe this. We just got an invite from this new game, Imminent Power. They want us to be like ambassadors or influencers or whatever for them. They saw our videos and they want to pay us to play the game. So what do we have to do? It says that I'm supposed to call them if we're interested. And we are, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me call them and then I'll call you back.
Oh wait, is it them or is it a scam?
Wade Richards. Yeah. My name is Jude Adams Foster. I got an email asking if we want to be ambassadors for you guys, and the answer is yes. Duh. Me and my friend Taylor, girl and gay guy. That's us. Oh yeah. Your friend is great. But this doesn't apply to her. We already have plenty of girl gamers. We're just looking for some gamers. You know, gay, blind.
Oh.
You didn't tell your friend, did you?
Oh.
So do you have any questions or anything you'd like to share? I just wanted to say sorry if I seemed a little defensive the other day. So here's the thing, I was a foster kid. I've been in so many different girls and been in so many different homes. The truth is, I don't know who I am, but I'm okay with that. So this self-portrait, my self-portrait, it's exactly right. It's exactly how I see myself now. So I think it's the perfect piece to put in my portfolio.
Aww, well done, Kat. Alright, and that, everyone, is the end of the episode. Okay, so what did you guys think? I hope you liked it. I'm going to go ahead and put the link for the Hangouts into our group on our on our YouTube page, on our Facebook page. So come along and join me. We have about an hour and 45 minutes for this chat. So yeah, come along and join me in the chat and say hi and all that. The link is there at the moment. So if you go to the Facebook group, you will see it. And yeah, let's talk about the episode and everything else as well. All right. I might just switch to audio quickly. So I'm still here, guys. I'm just now here on audio. So if anyone would like to come along and join our chat, then then they can do that. First of all, I just wanted to give a shout out to President A. I was seeing your comments during the episode. I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you. I'm sorry that happened to you. I hope that you're able to fix it. If not, if Ben ends up being in the room, maybe we can ask him for some help, or if other people might know what to do. I'm sorry that it happened. I wish I knew what to do. If I did, I would certainly give you some advice there. Hopefully, we can all find a way to get that fixed. And Skylar says she'll be back in about 10. Excellent, no problems at all, Skylar. Oh, hello, who's that? That is Marissa. Hello, Marissa.
Hey.
How are you?
Tired.
Oh, that's good. Fantastic. I noticed that you were helping President A with some things.
I was?
Were you? Oh, no, you were.
I sent him a link, the link I sent you earlier today.
Ah, fantastic. Yeah, hopefully that will help. We're just getting a message from Angel saying that she'll stay in the side chat for now as she doesn't feel the best, as she was saying earlier. We're so sorry to hear that, Angels. We hope that you do get better and certainly rest up. Yeah, so all in all, it was a very interesting episode. I think it brought up a couple of different things. I don't know if the grandfather is suffering from like Alzheimer's or just senility in general, but I think that was really.
I think he's going to have dementia, and I'm theorizing that they're going to end up moving in with the family.
Ah, I like that you're theorizing. Yeah, that probably could happen. There you go. Well, I mean, Steph did say that she really wanted to help out. I think her name is Dana, and especially after the way everything went down with the loan that could have been a gift or whatever. Yeah, I think that's certainly a possibility. It's really interesting. So there you go. I like that. It's a good theory.
Is it just me, or does Brandon absolutely suck lately?
Oh my god, no, it's not just you. He totally sucks right now.
Yeah, when the show started, I loved Brandon and I loved Callie the most, and now I'm like, just get him off the screen.
Yeah, I completely agree. Now that it looks like Courtney is gone, yeah, I say Brandon's the next one. Yeah. I mean, I hope she's gone. I mean, are we now led to believe she's gone? Or are we led to believe that she'll go away for a little bit, but she'll come back?
Exactly.
You never know with annoying characters. I am wondering about that email. Sorry, go ahead.
I actually liked the Courtney and her son and Brandon together storyline, because it kind of gave him into that more young parent role, and he was really good at it. Even though he was struggling as it wasn't his child, it was still like an interesting side of him to see with a younger kid.
I would agree.
But then the relationship became so like he screwed up his whole life to have her and this kid in his.
Yeah.
And it proved that he was too immature.
Yes, yeah. I would definitely agree with that. Did was it ever confirmed that Brandon can't go to any college, or was it just Juilliard because of all that stuff?
Yeah, all they've said is Juilliard, and I don't understand why.
So
Angel says, I haven't caught caught up on the Fosters yet, unfortunately, but oh well, if I'm sick, I'll have time on my hands.
That's a good point. I like
And Sarah says, I've never watched the Fosters. Laugh out loud. Hey, angels.
It's a good show, Sarah. You might like it. It's certainly not a mystery show or anything like that, but it does deal with a lot of like issues and social issues and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But
And it's
hey,
very family.
yes, yeah, definitely very family oriented. But yeah, hey, Sarah.
Yeah, one thing I liked about it is that it's not your typical family show where it's covered in fluff. It's
Yeah.
it's really raw. It's like, okay, our kid is in juvie again. We're dealing with adoption. We're dealing with custody battles. We're dealing with, like, you name it. There's something always going on that is actually happening within a family.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I like that too. They're not afraid to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Tori.
Hey,
How are you?
good. Tired.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Same answer as me.
So what'd you think of the episode?
All in all, I thought it was a really good episode. I thought it was a bit of an emotional episode. I couldn't, my heartstrings were torn when I saw the moment with the grandfather.
Yeah.
And I love that Jude was in the episode and had quite a few scenes that were so good. Yeah, but it was all right. Just quickly say hi to Skylar. Hi, Skylar.
Hi, you guys. I just noticed you guys were doing the hangouts,
Morning.
and there was like a few things that I liked and disliked about this episode.
Yeah, maybe we should talk about that. So let's start off by talking about things that we liked about the episode. Tori, what did you think?
Honestly, I liked how much I actually felt connected with different characters more than usual. Like, I felt things that were in common with me that I've never seen before.
Oh, wow.
And it kind of shocked me. I was like, oh, okay, I kind of see myself in Jude. I kind of see myself in, like, the grandma. Like, it was shocking.
Wow, that's fantastic. I like that. Like, I guess it would, like, resonate with you a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
Sarah
go ahead.
actually said that she was sick too.
Oh,
So
sorry to hear that, Sarah.
hopefully you feel better, Sarah.
Oh.
So that's why she's not coming live today.
No, completely understand. I also plan to have Nathan here today as well, but Nathan's sick today, which is completely understandable for those of us that were at that chat.
Everyone who broke night last night is sick today.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, so that's completely understandable. Thank you though for being here anyway, Sarah. I really do appreciate it. So Skylar, let's ask you, what did you like about the episode this week?
For starters, I like that we might hopefully get Courtney out of the way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, she was something brought up, and I was like, maybe it's filler, and so I'm glad it's like, her chapter looks like it's closing. Like, if she's going to start something with Gabe, it's not going to be like a fully plot-driven thing with Brandon. I did like that, like, the whole loan situation between, like, Lena's parents and, Steph and Lena was resolved. Like, the mom was like, you know what, he could have made it like a gift, and, he just doesn't remember anymore. I think she came to that realization. I feel bad of what her father is going through. I used to work in a hospital for a short period of time, and there was a guy who was a patient there, and he had that problem. Like, he was starting to develop Alzheimer's, so he would remember me some days, and some days he wouldn't. And then other days he was also like visually impaired a bit, so he would always ask me to move my hair from my face because he couldn't see my face. So that was nice, like, to bring up to what Tori said. Like, there was parts that were relatable in the episode. I realized, we either get Jude or we get Jesus, or, well, Jesus, and, like, you see me, I'm correcting myself, and this episode we got Jude and no Jesus. I think next week we're gonna get Jesus drama and probably a little less of Jude. I think they tend to swap them in between. But yeah, that's what I like. Oh, and I like the Callie and Aaron, like they were having like their own kind of romantic time. It was cute. It was sensible.
Yeah. No, I agree with it too. I think just quickly when you're talking about like that Jesus wasn't there, I find it really interesting. I notice very quickly when Jude's not there. I guess I have that bias because I love Jude, but I did not notice that Jesus wasn't in the episode till you just brought it up now. Wow.
I
Yeah,
actually
they're
didn't notice
switching
that
up the J
either.
characters.
What did you say, Marissa? Sorry.
I didn't notice that he wasn't there either.
Yeah.
I think they try to make up for him not being in the episode by discussing him a little bit with the whole engagement thing, but even at the table when they were all eating, I don't remember seeing him at all.
Wow. There you go. Fascinating.
I do find that with Jesus that his storyline itself is getting really redundant at this point. Like every episode he is in, they're saying, well, he has a TBI, 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 and it's like, you're causing a TBI in me right now.
Nah, I have to say I completely agree with you. Like it's taken over everything, and whilst I understand that they obviously want to talk about the about TBI in general, and that's totally fine. It's like that's almost all there is at the moment to Jesus, and it's really starting to bug me quite a bit. So I understand where you're coming from there.
Well, my son plays hockey and my brother plays hockey, and I know that that's not the same as getting a nail gun to the head, but concussion syndrome and stuff like that is very, very serious. But you don't begin to define your child, no matter how concussed they are, based on having a brain injury. Like, you do take extra steps, like be careful on the stairs, make sure you hold the railing because you're going to get dizzy, you could fall, you could hurt yourself. You pay more attention when they're sleeping and that sort of thing, and you understand that there will be outbursts, and like it is a traumatic brain injury, but it's not something you talk about every day all the time. You just see it in little glimpses here and there. It's an injury and it's healing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So just quickly want to say quick hi to President A, who's here at the moment as well.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi,
President.
Hi. And yeah, were you able to get the virus sequestered? Is that the word?
Quarantined.
Quarantined. Thank you, Marissa.
It just popped up that President A sent a message. It's loading.
Oh, wonderful.
Hi all, had a virus scare on my iPad, but was told it was fixed.
But sorry?
He said, hi all, had a virus scare on my iPad, but was told it was fixed.
Ah, wonderful. That's good to hear. I'm glad that it's been fixed. That's good to know. I don't have the Hangouts chat open at the moment. I need to open that. I can see the YouTube one, but I can't see the Hangouts one. Sorry.
Yeah, that one, it popped up in the notification, so.
Yeah. Wonderful. So.
So what did everyone dislike about the episode?
I hated
right.
Callie's, like, her little whiny bullshit.
When isn't
Like-
Callie whining? I feel like she's always whining about everything. Like, ugh,
I
the
find
sky
she's
is
either
blue
whiny
today.
or hardcore. Yeah, she's either very whiny or very hardcore. And in this episode, she was just sitting there like she was a victim in art class, and she can't do anything right. Maybe she's not a real artist. And it's like, I'm sick of saying, like, you keep saying you're not a real artist. Either shut up and do art or walk off the class.
I just think art in general is like, she lives in a household where like, art's cool, and I feel like it's good for like, to relax yourself and to express yourself. but like career-wise, I don't think it's a great thing to do. I'm sorry if you hear background noise, but yeah, like I was like, of all things, she decided to go like to art school. I'm like, she was a person in the foster system. Like, it doesn't mean she has to go into like foster stuff or like, law or whatever. But like, she comes in a household where like they're kind of struggling financially. I was like, I thought she would have picked up a job by now.
Well, she was working at that milkshake store when she met her dad.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, I was like, is Callie just gonna do like the? I know, like, she has to, like, she's trying to get into the art school, right? Because I don't think she's gotten in. She's doing like something to get in, right? Or am I like
She's making
wrong?
her
Or
Yeah,
is
this
it?
is like
portfolio.
Yeah,
Mm.
and so I'm like, while she's doing that, she could be like, they're all like financially struggling there with Jesus's medical bills, with there's just a whole bunch of stuff that they got going on, and I'm like, I mean, in like in my normal household, if like financially we're not doing great, it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna pick up a job and work, and be less whiny about the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my least favorite part was how Brandon reacted with the whole Courtney
Thank you.
situation.
Yeah.
I did not like that. He was having like a temper tantrum
Mhm.
for no reason.
He was being the Jesus of the episode. I didn't mind his tantrum. Like, I was just like, yeah, it was uncalled for, but I'd have been like, like, bitch, I let you stay in my house, and you're like screwing someone under my like roof, even though I
Agreed.
can't say she was
Agreed.
screwing it, but I'm like, I'm here, like, we just stopped dating a few months ago, and I get it. I don't need to govern your life, but you don't gotta do it in my house with my brother's biological father. Like, like I'm like, of all people. Of all
Yeah.
people, come on, you work at a bar. You can pick
The
up
whole
anybody.
situation is just messed up.
Courtney's
think with
messed
that
up. She needs to go
situation
back to parenting. That's what she needs to do. It's okay to have a romantic life,
True.
but like she's like lugging her kid through places.
Yeah, I think with that whole Brandon situation, like if he would have went out there and flipped out in like a complete rage instead of acting like it was his emotions that were hurt, I would have really actually respected that more if he was just out there saying, I let you stay here and I let you do this and this is how you repay me. But instead it was like, boo hoo, I'm losing someone I don't even have.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess also it's like it's a little more like I feel like if they would have showed he was emotionally bothered by it, then it would have like questioned his relationship with Grace a little bit. So like I don't mind the tangent because it's like it's Brandon. When is he ever good at expressing himself? Like, not that good. So
point.
it was still like in character, but like I would have felt the same way. Like, first of all, I wouldn't let an ex stay in my house, but like maybe the good part, like not the cold heart of my like not the cold part of my heart, but like the warm part of it would have been like, okay, a day or two, if anything, but like depends if we ended on good terms. But like if I let you stay, and like the next thing you know, you're like, I don't know, screw it. Well, I don't have like like my siblings have the same mom, so I can't say mom. But I don't know if I had like siblings with not the same exact parents, but we were siblings, and you were doing their mom, I would feel really weird about it. I feel like for me, the person I disliked in this episode was Mariana. She wasn't being as annoying as she was, but I did not like her in this episode because of her agenda in the episode, like her intentions. Like, yeah, she got that text and it was a little like way sideways, but as a woman, like I would not appreciate what Mariana's doing either. Like, I get her grandfather was like, yeah, I stood her friend, and when they broke up, I swung in there an opportunity. But like, as a female, you don't want to have to worry about your boyfriend's friends who are females trying to swoop in the minute you guys have like a fallout. So
Yeah.
like that's why I was like not okay with Mariana's behavior. I was like, yeah, you know what? She kind of deserved that text because like knowing me, I would have sent something similar, except the whole beat you down and be like, it's fine, you're friends with him, but I'm girlfriend, you're friend who's a girl. Like,
That's a lie.
let's not confuse our roles.
Yeah. I just
So
quickly-
Annie just popped in.
Yeah.
You
it
say the
was-
same thing as me.
Yeah, it was actually.
Annie popped in and she said, I just popped into the chat. Hey guys, I honestly feel that in the final episodes, they'll reveal that Callie will become a police officer / detective like Steph or some authority figure maybe in the system. Callie has been suspiciously obedient lately, laugh out loud.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a possibility that they could go there. Just quickly to wrap up what we were saying about Brandon and Courtney and all that. I don't normally say the ends justify the means, but as everyone knows, I have a personal vendetta against Courtney. So if Brandon yelling and all that is what drove Courtney away, then I applaud Brandon. Because yeah, she's now gone. In regards to exactly, but in regards to what Annabelle's saying, yeah, I can definitely see something like that happen. We've seen in the past that Callie has been doing things involving the justice system, whether it be trying to help the guy that was in jail or do things with that foster company with that woman a season or so ago. I forgot what it was. She was trying to set up something. But anyway, I can see it definitely going that way. So yeah, it's a good theory, Annabelle. Well done.
No, and I like that theory too, actually, because Callie has had so much help from Steph and has avoided so many charges and has been able to get out of the system because of that help. So I could really see her deciding to kind of go down that same route and have a heart and...
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep getting pop-ups.
No, you're fine. No, definitely. I see what you're saying, and likewise, I don't want to predict too far ahead, but I can see Mariana potentially do similar to what Lena does when she gets older. Maybe not now, but when she gets older.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And speaking of Lena, why haven't we seen anything going on with the school? Has it been chartered? Hasn't it been? Is there still a fight? Isn't there? Where are the parents? What is the vote at?
I agree. Like, I think that was so important in like the beginning, and then I don't want it to be something that they use to like fill up like those last final episodes, so that way we're stuck waiting, and like that was the last shit that we caught on. I'm like, you know what? If that's the problem, address it from the beginning to the middle, and then leave the end for all the good stuff.
Completely agree. Yeah.
Yep. I was just thinking about that Brandon thing again. I really honestly wish Courtney would have come out and told Brandon instead of him just finding it.
But Courtney is like a sneaky deviant, like biatch,
Yeah.
yo.
But come on, you're in his house.
Yeah.
Well, and then that leads to the question, too. Was she ever really into Brandon, or was she completely using him the entire time and putting her son in jeopardy by giving him such an unstable life?
Oh, hi, total vote for completely
Exactly.
using him.
Yeah.
Completely using him.
Agreed. Because if she actually cared about him, she would have told him so she didn't hurt him.
Well, you would think, yeah. And, like, he ruined his career for her, or his school.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
for money. He left his family for her. He did all of this stuff for her, and she's never given him anything except that slap in the face. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just quickly, Annabelle Foster saying something else about the whole school thing. She's saying they're worrying about Jesus attending school, but is there even a school to attend? Good point.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah. I think too, like, I think Courtney was using Brandon, but I feel like, you know, because if she did care about him, she would have told him about the Gabe thing, or at least be like, you know, this is not serious, but I don't know where it is or where it's at. Like,
At the very least.
Does anybody else feel uncomfortable with the Jesus Emma almost engagement situation?
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and I
Yeah.
feel like too, like, you know, it's one of those things like he's like, I'll go back because you won't marry me. But then, like,
Yeah,
did you see the trailer for like next week or like the cuts
No,
for it?
haven't.
No, me either.
no.
Oh dang it, I'm the only one that saw it. Well, basically, there's a little, like, can I just tell you guys because it's a little snippet? From what I remember, Jesus gets like mad. Like that's why I know Jesus is gonna be in the next episode, so there's not gonna be probably much Jude. But Jesus like snaps at Emma. He goes, "I don't need you," and her eyes are like all eye watery, how they have been for like the past 5 episodes. So I don't know what's gonna happen. So maybe she catches a splinter on her finger from like the wood ring or whatever. I don't know.
I just did not feel comfortable with that. I'm like, dude, you should be going to school to like further your future, not for some girl.
I think Lena's mother offered like a really good alternative when she was like, he cares about the treehouse. Why don't you make that in jeopardy in order for him to like go back?
Yeah. Yeah, so what do we all think about Steph and Lena saying, we couldn't take away the treehouse because of his TBI?
That's them being like a sucker. Like, that's. I feel like real parents put the foot down.
Yeah, exactly. I would too. What did you say, Marissa?
Yeah.
I said I think it's complete bull.
Yeah, like, exactly.
You have Lena a week ago yelling at Jesus that he will go to a facility for his extreme outbursts, but they're afraid to ground him.
Yeah, exactly.
Even Lena offered for Steph to arrest him, remember? I was like, so you're not okay? Like, you're okay with letting him do the treehouse? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Another thing I noticed was, did anyone else get like a weird feeling when Steph was talking to her old high school crush, like there might be an affair coming?
I get that a lot because I've been getting that since they introduced him because of the whole like weird tension thing, and then Lena and her were having fallouts, and I hope it doesn't happen, because if it does, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I agree. So just quickly, while I've got it here, Annabelle Foster's provided us with another comment. She says, Emma is kind of stringing Jesus along. She knows in her heart she can't deal with it. Stop walking on eggshells and just rip the Band-Aid off. What do we think?
I agree.
Yeah. Perfectly timed.
I think.
Go ahead, Marissa.
Marissa, we can't hear you. I think her thing might have like tuned out or something.
All right, well, we'll go to you, Skylar, while we're waiting for Marissa. What were you saying?
Give me one moment. I'm waiting for the guy to move away so you don't hear him so loud in the back. What I was saying was I feel like the big issue with what happened between Emma and Jesus was her not being straight up with him right off the back about the pregnancy, and then them having the fight there whether or not to keep her or whether to keep it right away, and it was like delayed for so long. I feel like that problem is something that like now it's, even though they like seem to gotten over it, I think it still weighs in, you know what I mean? And so I think like feelings she might have had for him started to die down because of her fear of him now. And so I think it's just she's not communicating well with him, but he's also not in the position to be communicating well with anyone because he gets mad really quickly. Yeah. So I feel like that lack of communication is why she's, one, stringing him along, and two, like she hasn't said anything, why she hasn't said anything. And so like I do feel like she's stringing him along. I feel like she should be honest with him. I mean, I think maybe she will in the next episode, and that's probably the backlash she gets from Jesus.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. And Tori, what were you saying? Sorry?
Honestly, I think Jesus is lying to himself. I think he's still really, really angry about the whole abortion thing. I mean, you heard him tell, what was it, Mariana, that he really wanted that. That right there has to be weighing on him and making him feel some type of way.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, definitely. So here's an interesting question, because some people are having a bit of a chat in the YouTube section about shows that are darker or more mysterious. What got you guys into The Fosters? It is very different to Pretty Little Liars. What got you into it?
Do you want to go first, Tori?
I'm honestly thinking about that.
I remember for me, I did not start watching The Fosters like right off the back. My sister, actually, my 12, I mean, she was like, I think 10 or 11 at the time. She actually started watching the show first. And I would watch it with her, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. It was different from what I was watching. I watch a lot of different kind of shows. So I watch, Marvel stuff. I watch PLL mystery stuff, and this one was more of like a family drama based show, and it was different from what I was watching, and I enjoyed that it was touching like those kind of concepts. And my sister just decided to watch it, but then she dropped it for a little bit, and then she came back to it. She's on and off, but so yeah, that's actually how I started watching it, and I enjoyed it because it was different. I was like, oh, this is a show about the first like two main characters, and the parents of the show are like lesbians, and you get like a different home structure, but you get the basic problems of a normal home structure. So I enjoyed that.
I think I mostly started watching the show because I was looking for other shows to watch, for one, and I was already watching Pretty Little Liars and everything on ABC Family, and they were doing a really good job at making shows right around then. So I started watching it, and then I started noticing that they touched on a lot of really important topics, and so it kept my attention.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting for me. I first found out about the Fosters while I was watching an episode of Pretty Little Liars. I saw like a pop-up thing or something like that saying "Coming Up the Fosters." So like, oh, I might check this out because Freeform, as you guys have said, Freeform have some pretty decent shows. And what kept me there at the beginning, because I thought it was going to be like another one of those like prisoner shows or whatever, because the series obviously starts off with Kelly in juvie. I was like, oh gosh, no, I don't want to watch a prison show. But then when I saw Lena and I remembered her, and then I saw that Peter Page was one of the directors, Peter Page being from the show Queer as Folk, which was groundbreaking for gay people back in the day when it was on. I just thought there might be something to it. And yeah, it's I've loved all of the issues that they've dealt with. They haven't sort of, walked on eggshells with these. They've certainly gone for everything. And of course, what definitely kept me there, I have to say, was the kiss between Jude and Connor, because I just found it very groundbreaking for two very young male actors to do that for the first time. I found that very groundbreaking, but yeah. So that's a long way of saying.
Actually, male actors in general, that's very rare to see. Never mind.
Yeah,
kids.
it really is. I agree with Marissa on that. And to tie in with what you were saying, Francois, like you started watching because of a director. I just randomly found out that like J-Lo was like the producer of a show. And I like J-Lo, she's like Puerto Rican like me, Hispanic from New York. So I was like, oh, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot too.
Yeah. So Annabelle Foster is saying, people told me to watch it because of my last name. I love that. Also because Maya Mitchell, who plays Kelly, is such a classic Australian childhood actress. There you go.
Yeah. Don't you guys think it's crazy how like sometimes certain directors or like showrunners that you like produce a show you like, you'll just tend to follow them along in whatever they do? I do that with like Joss Whedon, who's the showrunner for like Buffy, then Angel, then I watched his Dollhouse show and yada yada.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't know that Joss Whedon did another series after Angel. So there you go. I might have to check that out.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. There's only like 2 seasons too.
President A just said, I randomly found Fosters by clicking through channels.
Ah, well done, President A. I like that.
Good place to stop.
Yes. So Sarah's saying, who is Maya Mitchell? I feel bad. I'm Australian and I have no idea who she is, lol. Sarah, don't feel bad. I didn't know who she was till I watched The Fosters. So she may be Australian, we may be Australian, but I don't think she was necessarily huge here in Australia, although I could be wrong. Annabelle, did you see her in something in Australia, or let us know? Yeah, so I just want to quickly touch on this whole email thing that Jude gets towards the end of the episode because I'm getting some really bad vibes about this. I don't know why, but I'm starting to think that it could potentially be a hoax or a scam. But what do you guys think?
I was thinking it could be either one, two of. Oh yeah, I can't talk today. One, it could be a scam like you thought, or two, it could actually be something that's legit, but it's also just like very discriminatory. Certain companies and certain brands tend to try to reach a certain demographic, and sometimes they'll do that by having someone of that demographic kind of advertise for them, for saying you have an ad and you want more, for saying your percentages of, like, I don't know, you selling water bottles, for instance, and your percentages of your water bottle brand isn't really popular among, let's say, African Americans, right? You'll put like an African American woman in front of the advertisement, or in the advertisement, like in the commercial or in the poster with the water bottles, to try to reach out to that demographic. So it could be either one of two things.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
honestly got the same feeling, Francois. I got this isn't sitting right. There's something fishy.
yeah, definitely.
What I thought about it was that the fact that they were saying they wanted a gamer, and I was like, how are they
Yeah.
going to emphasize like the gay portion of having a person who's gay playing a game? And I feel like they're actually going to end up like really stereotyping him and him as a gay person. And
Yeah.
they went to him instead of his parents, and he's obviously very young, and he can't even legally sign those types of contracts or anything, or even agree verbally. So they've already kind of been a little bit sneaky in that sense. So I really wonder how they're going to play up the gay part of the gaming.
Yeah, that could be like, to tie into like the second thing I thought, if it's not a scam, it could be legit. But for saying their demographic isn't big among people who are gay or like lesbian, having someone who's gay or lesbian like into it, they might like try to pull people more into it. But knowing them, they might only know the stereotypes of like a gay person and not what an actual gay person is like. So they might try to make him fit into something he's not. You know what I
That's
mean?
what I was about to
Like.
say.
Mhm.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I mean, I'm scared they're going to try and make him into some very feminine gay that he's not.
Yeah, like a flamboyant kind of guy.
Yep.
And I think they're also pointing out with this show in general that gaming or anything can be an addiction, and they're really showing that really hardcore with him because he's ruining his relationship and all of that sort of thing just for this stupid game, and now for a YouTube. And it's like, what is that you're ruining? Like, who does that? Why would you do that? Like, he's what, 14?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, what do you guys think of the whole, his boyfriend being upset about the game, and then his girl pal also being like, yeah, this is something we do. Like, how would you guys would have handled that situation?
Honestly, I deal with that currently. My husband and my best friend fight over me all the time, and I don't know how to deal with it. So if anybody's got any suggestions.
Yeah, how would you dealt with it, and how would you have felt if you were either or?
I am very much in, I don't know, maybe because it was a TV show, but I very much enjoyed the way that Dana handled it. How she was very, logical about it and no emotion at all. It's just, you're going to get this day, this day, this day, you're going to get this day, done. Go to your corners, people. But I don't think I would be able to do that personally, but I enjoyed it in the episode.
I enjoyed it in the episode because I think that's also something similar to how I would have handled it. Just because I'm very like for me, I work full time. I'm going back to school. I have a boyfriend, and then I have like regular friends, and trying to manage everything for me, it's like you get this day, you get that day. These are my solo study days, and these are my work days, and I will pencil in a call with you at this time. And it sounds really like awful, but it's like I'm trying to budget like social life, work life, and school life. So like, and then sleep and
Oh. Oh, what just happened?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I might have cut out there
I
because
think I
everyone
was dropped
left.
from the call or something. I was dropped from the call, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
But
sorry,
yeah,
go
I
on.
try to like schedule everything. So I think I would have handled it kind of the same way. I'd have been like, if I made plans with you first, then this will be your day because I made plans with you first, or I'll try to schedule you together, and like we all three can do this. But obviously, like for saying, my boyfriend's into his YouTube politics stuff. Me, totally not. He wants to do his politic YouTube stuff with his friends. That's on you. Let me know when you're done, and we'll have a call. And that's all I need for today. But like, if we're making plans on Saturday, and it was just you and I want just you and I time, you gotta respect that. You know what I mean? Because I respect your solo time and your free time, and I like my time being respected as well. And so I get like the boyfriend being upset because he wants some time dedicated for him, and I would have been upset too if we like both made a deal and you broke off on the deal and you lied to me about the deal. Like, yeah, I would have been upset about that. But like, I'm like, this is my time. You make time for me, then I don't care what you do with the rest of your time.
Yeah,
See, for me, I feel like with budgeting out family and friends and stuff like that, family comes first, and to me, that your significant other is part of your family. I
Yeah.
feel like they should be allotted more time than a friend. I'm not saying that you should be one or the other, but I feel like as your family members, they're more important on your priority list. So, I mean, he's 14. He shouldn't be dealing with that kind of pressure from either of them. Like, you're either my friend or you're not. Quit pushing me.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on the whole too. Like, certain people have a higher status and they get more time. My only thing is when I schedule, like sometimes my friends, is they also work. They also go to school, so it's like I'm only free this day out of the week, and I'm like, you know what? That's the same day I'm free. So you know what? That's a steady plan because I don't know the next time you're free and I'm free on the same day. That's what I mean when I'm like, my boyfriend be like, oh, you want to do something fun? I'm like, no, because Lisa's finally free and I'm free, so this is gonna be a Lisa and Skyla day. But Sunday, I'm gonna do some. My boyfriend's more free than what my friends are, so it's like, because of our work schedules. So it's a mess. It's a hot mess.
And that makes sense. And with you, like, I'm sure that you see your boyfriend more than you see any one of your other friends. Like, if it's just one friend, maybe you do see multiple friends through the week, but I doubt you're spending more time with any one of them over the amount you spend with your boyfriend.
Oh yeah, like I definitely see my boyfriend more than my friends because of one, their like work schedules, but they also don't live in the same borough as I do too. So it's like, we got to travel, make a place, make a time. Sometimes a little too much effort. No, President 8 wrote something.
Oh, fantastic. You're right.
I try to keep work,
He
family, and friends separate. I have a rule: I don't mix work and relationships, i.e., girlfriend/dating, etc.
Hmm.
I feel like that'd be hard to keep up after a while.
Yeah, I guess I'm also just lucky that like my best friend is probably my boyfriend. So when I'm mad about something, like I'm gonna call you right now because I'm mad. So I feel like when you have that, it's kind of like a little bit of a luxury.
Yeah, see, with my best friend's like family. I'm an only child. She's an only child. She's like my sister. And then you have my husband. I see him during the week all the time, right? He has the weekends off. So they're constantly fighting. She's saying, you see her all the time. And he's like, well, I'm at work all the time. I want a weekend with her. And it's just constant fighting. And I can see both sides, but then I'm sitting here going insane.
You just gotta split up your weekends. Be like, honey gets Saturday and best friend gets
Yep.
Sunday. then you definitely need a pencil and a schedule. Or, and then you'd be like, one weekend, I need my Saturday and Sunday to myself. I love you and I live with you and I love you and I talk to you, but I need this weekend for myself.
And then there's
Yeah.
having time with my son as well. It's just a hassle.
Yes. See, I don't worry about my family. I live with them. Like, I live with my mom and my two sisters, and those are my immediate family members. So I see them all the time. So when my sister she gets upset when I'm on the phone with my boyfriend and she's telling me something that she already had told me like 2 hours earlier in the day. I'm like, Maya, I live with you. We share the same bed because I share my room with my sisters. I'm like, I see you so many hours in a day, and you can tell me this at any time in the day, but I need like this hour to myself.
I feel that.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes kids want that immediate attention, and I'm like, you did tell me. You can tell me this like in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, he doesn't understand personal space yet, or what mommy's talking. You need to leave mommy alone for right now.
Neither do my sisters. I can't even use the bathroom in private. Like, just open
Oh
the
yeah,
door
it's
and I want to
terrible.
talk to you.
So I just want to say very quickly, like just quickly rounding it out with Foster's, I think it's interesting with this whole thing, like with Jude calls the guy from this so-called company, we'll see if it's real or not, and the guy says he doesn't want his friend involved. I wonder how that will change things with the dynamic with Jude and her, if he goes through with it, if he doesn't, and in effect how that will change things with him and his boyfriend, because the only things we really see him do with her at the moment on screen is play the game.
Honestly,
I
I
agree.
feel like he's gonna be alienating not only his friend but his boyfriend because he's gonna be playing the game more.
Yeah, I think Jude is also, he's going to rush into it and not think about it. Like a normal person would be like, I'm going to research and make sure this game actually exists and this company exists. And then two, I'm going to talk to
Exactly.
my friend about what they told me and get their input because, he has to also think about it. This game thing that he was doing on the YouTube thing was with her. You know what I mean? Like, as a friend, you would be like, is this something you would be okay with me doing on my own? Do you think I even should do it? And discuss it with her. And then also mention it to his boyfriend, like, I have this opportunity to make money doing something I like. Do you think, is this okay? Like, you think I should do it? You think it's okay? Like, after he's done the research and found out it's like legit.
Yeah, definitely a good point. It's great when you have a show like The Fosters where we don't really theorize, but we're able to come up with these theories, which is really good. Speaking of which, Annabelle Foster says, I believe she might turn on Jude and start to be an anonymous bully, which almost takes me back to PLL. What do you guys think?
Ooh, I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, if they do that, that would be interesting. It'll definitely show more dynamic to her. Would she be in the right? I don't think so, but it's also like Emma. Don't get me started on Emma. She's got me annoyed for like the past couple episodes. But like, same thing. Mariana did something that Mariana crossed the line. She should not have made that tweet about Emma being pregnant, even if it wasn't like not saying her name or anything. Still, as a friend, you don't do that. But like, two, Emma started like bashing on her for such a long time. It's like, at some point you gotta let something go. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I hope she doesn't become a bully.
President A said, in other words, I don't date anyone I work with.
Oh, that's interesting.
Going back to how to...
I think that's a
Go
good
ahead.
choice.
Yeah, just going back to how we all deal with our relationships and budgeting them out. And
No, I definitely think that's interesting.
then,
but sorry,
and
Marissa.
Annabelle has also said, also perhaps the guy who contacted him might be the YouTuber who they shaded at the beginning.
Which
Yeah,
is
that's what I thought. If it was a scam.
definitely want to get into that because I love that theory. Just quickly to go back to what President A was saying, very interesting. Back when I was doing my amateur social anthropology research and writing my Sex in the City column, one of my questions I was asking was, should you date someone you work with? I think it's a very interesting question. Different people think very differently about it, but I think the one thing that you have to take into consideration is, can you separate business from personal when you are at work? And if you're not able to do that, then maybe it's not such a good idea to be dating someone that you're working with. But I find that very interesting. Thank you, President A. What do you guys think about that?
I think
I
that the
agree 100%
struggle
with
isn't
you.
working with the person. Sorry, go ahead, Tori.
I just wanted to say I agree with Francois 100%. If you think
You sound robotic on my end.
you
I don't know if
can
it.
we try to get
Yeah.
I completely agree with Francois. If you feel like you can separate your work and your love life while you're at work, then go for it. But if you can't, I don't think you should do it.
Yeah, completely.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's less about how you can handle it while you're together, but what if you break up? How then does that impact your job?
Yeah, good point. Very good point. Skylar, what do you think?
Yeah, I was gonna mention the exact point that Marissa is like when you're together, it seems great because you got more hours in the day, especially if like your work is very demanding. If you happen to work with someone like that you are in a relationship with and your work's demanding, it helps, you schedule time to see them or lunches or something like that. So it could have its pros, and obviously it happens I think to all of us, or not like all of us, like not all of us date like the people we work with, but we all have that moment where we're in the office and we're like, that guy or that woman is very good looking. And like we all have like that moments, whether I used to work retail and I worked at like Hollister, and like all the guys were like model looking dudes. So yeah, it was hard not to not look at them, you know what I mean? But did I date any of them? No. But I feel like, what matters is if we're breaking up, are we just going to be cordial and, just still be like work buddies and that's it? And like just get the job done? Or are we going to like, or is it going to affect our job? Like, I'm purposely not going to talk to you at work when I need to talk to you if our job, requires that. So I feel like if you can, both be grown ups and you guys have like a clean break and you can work through it, then I think that's fine. Like, for me, it's not a no or a yes because not everything's black and white. So I feel like, if it's discussed prior to, it can work.
Very
I'm
good.
thinking
All right, go ahead.
maybe if you have a plan when you decide like you're gonna date your coworker, if y'all decide on a work, this is what's gonna happen. Maybe you could lessen the fallout.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like trying to think if I've known anyone in that situation or if but I'm like, I've never been. I only had like, I worked retail throughout most of my college lives, and then I have this job, and I'm like, I've been in a relationship, but we never had to work together, so I don't know how that situation is. I know I've been in like a relationship, and I've gotten mad at my boyfriend, and we had class together, and I just like didn't want to sit next to him, so like maybe that working and like working with someone and dating them probably wouldn't work for me. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on like if we were just like, you know what, we're gonna clean break this, or if like we end roughly, then it might not work.
Yeah. Just quickly wanted to get back to Annabelle Foster's theory just before we finish up with the Foster side of things, because I do love this theory. Perhaps the guy, as we said, who contacted him might be the YouTuber who they shaded at the beginning. I think that's a very interesting theory. Skylar, Marissa, Tori, what do you guys think?
I think it's an interesting theory, Annabelle. When I first thought about it, and I thought about it as a scam, I said it could be that. Like I thought about it, I was like, it could be the YouTuber, it couldn't be the YouTuber. I was like, it would make sense if they make it a scam and it's the YouTuber guy, because then it would be good playing on something that happened in previous episodes and then throwing something like out of the random. I like setups, so if that was like a setup earlier to this, then I would like that connection to be made.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with her. If it is going to be a scam, I would prefer it being the YouTuber, but if not, then that's cool.
Yeah. Marissa? Is not there, I think, at the moment. Okay, and a very interesting random quote here that we've got from Sarah, but I do love it. Sarah's saying, I wish I had macaroons right now to eat, just thinking out loud. Sarah, I love macaroons, so I would agree with you. What do you guys think?
I agree. I had macaroons once in my life, and it was when I went to New Orleans for the first time. And they have this place called sucre. It means sugar in French, and it's like a beautiful little pastry place with macaroons and cupcakes. And oh my god, like I was like my insides were like crying. And I bought like a box of macaroons in different flavors, so I can try different flavors. And when I got back to my hotel and I ate them, I was like, oh my god. I literally didn't want it to eat all of them until I got back to New York because I was like, I want to like savor the moment.
I've been craving macaroons since I was pregnant, and I still haven't gotten them, so I would love some of those.
Well, you've heard it here first, everyone. Centauri macaroons.
Mm-hmm.
No, she has to wait till she gets pregnant again.
No, Mama, stop. My mom's sitting next to me. Everybody say hi.
Hello,
Hi,
Mama.
Charisma. Okay, just quickly, President A has elaborated more on the working with people that we date. President A says, I dated someone I worked with in the past which ended badly. It got to the point either me or her had to leave where I worked. She ended up leaving. Yeah, I guess that can happen. What do you guys think about that? Like, do you think if you do break up, like I know we were saying before it's uncomfortable, is there some sort of code that someone has to leave? Like, is that how it is?
I guess it all depends on the situation of the breakup. Like, if someone cheated, I would say the person that cheated would probably need to leave said location. Maybe transfer stores.
I'm gonna disagree with Tori on that part. I think that, and I don't think if one cheated, obviously it's wrong. I never condone that, but I don't think just because you cheated on me, you should necessarily leave your job just to like please me, because it's like, what about if that's your only job? It's hard leaving a job before you have another one because then you're stuck in limbo trying to find one. So I feel like, it should be like, we're gonna work together, and I hate your guts because you cheated on me, but like, let's just be cordial for a job. Like, don't talk to me unless you need to talk to me. Like that kind of
I
thing.
didn't mean like immediately.
Right. No, I know you didn't. I was just saying like, and other than that though, like I feel like, I think it's, if it was a very like hostile breakup and it was an unhealthy relationship and you guys can't not be together, then maybe one of you should leave. Now, with that being said, who? I don't know. I guess it's whoever just can't stand the situation more. I guess would make sense.
Yeah. Absolutely. So just quickly, while we have a moment here, guys, so we've got just about over 15 minutes left to go, and I think we've certainly done very well discussing the Fosters episode. If there is anyone that's typing in the YouTube chat at the moment that wants to bring up a topic or any questions or comments at all, you can type them now, and we'll certainly make sure that they make their way onto the Hangouts before we do leave. Yeah, at the moment, it looks like we're having a bit of a debate about macaroons. Angels is saying macaroons look so much better than they actually taste. And Sarah says it depends on the macaroons. Some of them aren't too great, but some of them are amazeballs. Maybe I'm just hormonal and craving it. But yeah, I think different people have different opinions. Marissa, who's rejoined us. Marissa, do you have an opinion on macaroons?
Never had one.
Sorry?
I don't think her mic's working or something.
Yeah.
I think she said she hasn't had one. I'm not sure, but I think that's what I heard.
Okay, yeah, I heard something along those lines. And Angels is confirming, she's saying she never had one, and so is Sarah. So everyone else heard except for us. Okay, yeah, well, there you go. Fair enough. I think they're really nice. I think it depends on where you get them. We have this really beautiful French-styled pastry place here near where I live, and they make really beautiful macaroons. But it really, depends where it comes from. Speaking of food, what is everyone's guilty pleasure when it comes to food? I love talking about food.
Milkshakes. I can have milkshakes all the time, every time. Cookies and cream milkshakes with whipped cream on top. Yes.
I can definitely, absolutely agree with you there, Skylar. Any type of milk drink is a guilty pleasure for me as well. Completely agree. But my favorite milkshake would have to be, do I say caramel?
Caramel.
Caramel.
I think my guilty pleasure would be salt and vinegar chips, and then I also have a guilty pleasure of cheesecake. Like, I absolutely love cheesecake.
Oh, yes, I definitely agree with the cheesecake.
You've been to the Cheesecake Factory? They have like different flavors of cheesecake. I've had pumpkin cheesecake. Oh my god, to die for.
It's so good. But the lines are so long.
Francois, really quickly, I think before we go, we all should make predictions on what we think are going to happen with the characters for like the next episode.
I think that's a great idea. And since you brought it up, Skylar, why don't you begin?
Okie dokes. So I think next episode, from the little snippet, there's going to obviously be some issues between Emma and Jesus. And I think part of that might be she might finally open up and tell him, like, this is how I'm feeling. And he might, because of his TBI situation and he can't control his temper, he might be like, I don't need you. And then that, henceforth, that part of the commercial, you hear me, trailer. Also in the trailer there was a guy who tells Callie's friend that she doesn't belong in the country. I guess that they go to like the protest, and he spits on the floor to where like Callie and her friend are. So I think there's obviously going to be feud there. I'm just hoping Callie doesn't go crazy and get herself arrested, because that's something I'd like. I feel like if Callie gets arrested, we're going back in like the same cycles, and I just don't want to see it. I want to see her progress and move up, like mature. You know what I mean? In terms of Jude, if we see him next week, because Jesus is going to be on there, I hope that we get to find out more about the game. And for his sake, I hope it's not a scam. But if it is a scam, I will like it in terms of the plot of the show, because it would be a good setup from before. And I think that would bring some drama between his friend and his girlfriend, his friend and his boyfriend. Other than that, I wonder what's going to happen with Steph. We've seen her kind of go back and forth with her job, and she was kind of doing something like certain things that were shady. I wonder if we're going to get that again, and maybe something probably along the lines with Mike, Brandon, and Anna, the engagement party. Oh, and Mariana, she might meet Olivia, and hopefully there's some tension there. I like tension. I like drama. I don't know. You guys can go.
Very good theories. I like that, Skylar. Tori, any theories from you?
Brandon, I think that something's gonna his current girlfriend, because there's some way somehow pushing him back towards Callie again. And I see it coming in the relationship slowly but surely. Like, she's really unsure, she's really innocent, and he's kind of experienced a lot recently.
Yeah.
And Callie, I kind of agree with Skylar. I see that whole protest situation going very south. I could see her possibly getting arrested again. I hope not. And Jude, I'm hoping he doesn't get scammed, but I think it might go that way, honestly. I'm seeing that coming better than him actually getting someone seriously interested in him for his gaming. And Jesus and Emma, I seeing a breakup coming, like a serious loses his temper and probably gets violent and scares her some more.
Interesting. I definitely feel like we might continue down this whole Lena and her father thing. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I forget who, but someone was suggesting a prediction that the father might move in. I think that's really a good prediction because it probably will end up happening. I'd love to see what happens between Steph and the next door neighbor, because honestly, when the next door neighbor said, you're not hurting me, after all, I didn't have any feelings for you, my thought was, yeah, right. So I just have the feeling something's going to happen there for sure. So definitely will predict that. I don't want to see anything happen with Brandon and Courtney, but why do I have the feeling, and I just feel so icky saying this, but why do I have the feeling that Brandon is going to cheat on Grace with Courtney? If that happens, I'm going to be very upset. Yeah, oh, and Jude, of course, yeah, as we're saying with Jude and the email thing, yeah, if it turns out to be the YouTuber that was shaming, as Annabelle Foster was saying earlier, I think that, yeah, certainly could be a possibility and would be very interesting. Marissa, any thoughts from you?
Can you hear me?
We can now, yay!
Yay! My computer said that it went to sleep, but it didn't actually change anything on the screen. It literally popped up as chat ended due to computer falling asleep. I'm like, no.
Not right now, no. Well, we have you here.
You're not asleep, you're talking to me. With weekly prediction, I think I'm with you guys. I think Callie's probably going to do something stupid, or she's going to actually stop her friend and get them both out of there before the police end up showing up. Because she knows that if her friend gets picked up, she's undocumented and they can both be charged, because Callie will go to the adult jail now, and this other girl will be deported because she's undocumented. So I think Callie's going to come through as the hero again, and or kind of thing.
Yeah,
with Jude, I think. Yeah, with Jude, I think that it may very well be the actual gaming network is the same as with the guy who is very prejudiced. And I think there's going to be a lot of conflict between them working for the same company, basically. And Brendan, I just hope he's in a car accident and goes away. And and with Steph, I'd like to see more about her work, but I don't want to see the continued stressed out pedophile. To me, that's just too much. And so I would like to see a little bit about her work, but I would like to see also her reasoning for wanting to do that job in the first place, because I think that it hits her harder than we're actually knowing. As in maybe she's got a history of that or experienced something like that in the past, because to our knowledge her kids were never sexually abused at all. So she's got a very vested interest in this, considering really know that the reason why. So I think we're going to find out why.
Yeah, wow, very good predictions all around, guys. I like that. Sorry, Scarlett, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't have nothing to say. I was just unmuted for a moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very, very good predictions. We'll have to definitely, everyone needs to stay tuned and see if they come true. Let's quickly cross over and see what's happening. First of all, Marissa, is there anything happening or being written on the Hangouts area that needs to be said?
Well, when I was missing, President A was talking a little bit more about dating from work. Yep. And I don't know if you read that or not. But he said, I dated someone I worked with in the past, which ended badly. It got to the point either me or her had to leave where I worked. She ended up leaving. She had a job to fall back on. We worked in a small place, which made other people uncomfortable. And I said, that's not fair. he
Mhm.
continued and said, "It came from the manager. She was planning on leaving anyway. Outside of work, we remained friends till this day."
Wow. And they're my friends still to this day. That's pretty cool. Wow. There you go, President
So,
A.
but in that situation, it's very different than what we were talking about, because it wasn't making it uncomfortable for them in the workplace. It was actually making other people uncomfortable, which to me is really not fair.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, didn't think about it from that angle. Yeah, completely agree. That's not fair. I mean, you know, it's like the saying goes. Sometimes certain things just aren't other people's business. I mean, you know.
Exactly. Like, and
Yeah.
obviously I don't know the extent of that relationship, but if you're remaining professional on the job, it shouldn't be an issue if you're being a little bit more intimate in the break room or talking on the phone to each other on your breaks, because those are your free time.
Agreed.
Annabelle Foster made a comment. She wrote, "Why does Callie not have a counselor or a therapist or any type?" Is what I am wondering.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, should.
And
I think
actually,
they
I
all
thought that
need
all
like a
foster children were
counselor.
assigned one.
Yeah, after everything they've been through, they all need counseling.
Yeah, completely agree. No, we're getting a lot of comments on YouTube, which is really, really good. Some people talking about guilty pleasures and stuff. I'll just quickly go back to them. Angels is saying, oh, wow, cheeses and wine are a guilty pleasure. I tend to prefer savory stuff over sweet stuff. Do you guys prefer savory over sweet? I mean, for me personally, I prefer sweet stuff, but what about you guys?
I'm a
I have a
sweet
sweet tooth.
person.
I have a sweet tooth, but there's certain days where I want something savory and salty. So for me it changes, but majority sweet.
I had the same thing as Skyla.
Yeah. And Tori? I missed what you said. Sorry, Tori.
I'm the same way as Skylar. Usually it's sweet, but every now and again there is those sometimes where I just need something salty, savory.
I know,
Yeah.
I bring lunch from home, so I don't have to buy lunch. But certain days, I just can't control my I want salty French fry craving from McDonald's.
Yes, McDonald's French fries.
The
Yes.
salt
I think
gets
that
to
we
me.
crave the salt, not even the fries. It's like, can I please just have a packet of salt? Thank you, McDonald's.
Probably.
Good point. So Annabelle Foster was earlier commenting on what Skylar and Tori were saying, which is interesting. She says, dies because we don't have Cheesecake Factory in Australia, which is true. We don't have it here.
I don't know if we do in
No.
Canada.
Cheesecake Factory is really good. It's I mean, besides like their restaurant place, but they also like have like different kind of cheesecake, strawberry, blueberry, red velvet, pumpkin,
They have
regular.
regular food. It's so good.
Yeah, I went there for my birthday last year when I turned 21 with like a group of friends, and I remember having like the salmon and broccoli and mashed potatoes and cheesecake.
Wow, there you go. All right, try and get through a few more quickly. Angel says,
President A just
sorry, go ahead.
President A said they do have Cheesecake Factory in Adelaide.
In Adelaide. Oh, there you go. Well done, Adelaide, for having it. Yeah, we don't have it in Victoria, but well done for Adelaide. That's really cool. All right, quickly. So Angel says key lime pie is quite yummy, to be honest. The only key lime thing I have tried is very recently I tried one key lime saltwater taffy and I didn't like it, but I'm guessing that's not the same thing. What do you guys think of key lime pie?
I've had key lime pie once. It was back like during Christmas time of the previous year for our Christmas party, and it was really good. And it was the first time I also had creme brulee. It was like a whole bunch of us, having dinner. So everyone ordered a different kind of dessert, and we just kind of like moved it around. So everybody had a little bit of everything.
I love key lime pie, but I just love any sweets.
I love that. Have you had it, Marissa?
Yeah, and I found it boring.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, key lime pie it's good, but like Marissa, it's not like something that you like must bawl your eyes out for. Like, you know, it's not pumpkin pie.
Exactly. It's not pumpkin pie.
Says
Exactly.
just quickly getting through these comments because we almost have to wrap it up. Sarah's saying, haha, we have the cheesecake shop, but I don't think that compares in any way. Yeah, so the cheesecake shop here in Australia is basically a shop that sells all different types of cakes, and cheesecake is one of them. I think that's a little different. And she just quickly, she goes on to say, guilty pleasure, if I could still eat, it would be potato salad or pasta salad. But nowadays, milkshakes too with coconut milk. There you go.
I love coconut milk.
Yes.
I've actually never had coconut milk or almond milk.
I use
I haven't
coconut
had
milk
coconut.
actually in my
So just, yep, got a few more to get through. Angel says, today I'm craving macaroni and cheese comfort food as I feel sick. Oh, we're so sorry to hear that you feel sick, Angels. For me, for the last 2 days, I've had American macaroni and cheese and really loved it. But yeah, I was so sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. So do you guys like macaroni and cheese, or do you find it boring or not really to
Mac
your
and
taste?
cheese is
Mac and cheese
it's
all
like-
day.
The Chocolate Factory Hunter says, I eat hot dogs all day. What do you guys think of hot dogs? I like hot dogs, but not all day, but I do like them.
I'm
I
kind
hate
of
hot
weird.
dogs.
I like barbecue sauce on my hot dogs.
Ah.
I only
There you
like
go.
them if they're done on the
dislike
grill
them.
and with barbecue sauce.
Yes.
I'm gonna be the oddball. I don't like hot dogs. Like I can have one or two, but I'm a burger person. Like at a barbecue, burger and sausages over hot dogs.
I do
There you go.
prefer sausages over hot dogs.
Yeah, I agree with that too, actually. All right, well, guys, it is it's overtime for me to go, but I do want to have a very quick moment of silence. There are a lot of people in the room today, and also people that are not in the room, but that are part of Comment Below and Let Me Know who aren't feeling well today. So I just thought it'd be nice to put out some positive vibes for all those people who aren't feeling well to get better soon. So I thought we'll just have a quick moment of silence, and that moment of silence starts now. Thank you very much. That was beautiful. And big love and hugs and kisses to everyone who's not feeling well. We hope you feel well very, very, very soon. Speedy recovery to everyone. I want to say thank you to everyone who's joined us here on YouTube typing, or if you joined us typing on Hangouts as well. Verbally, just want to say thank you to, well, I won't call you my pretty little talkers because I guess that would be infringing on copyright and we wouldn't want that. But to all of my wonderful people that are joining me here by voice tonight, I'll just go through the order of the pictures I see in front of me. Tori, thank you very much for joining us. Anything you want to say before we go? Don't know if Tori's there.
Everybody feel better? Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to say have a good day or good night, depending on your time zone. And everybody that feels sick, get some rest, feel better. Talk to you later.
Love that. Thank you, Tori. Skylar, anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I enjoyed talking about the Fosters. I enjoyed the show. I enjoy all of us, making our predictions and discussing what we liked, what worked, what didn't work for the episode. And I just can't wait for next week's episode. And hopefully there's no filler when we just get straight to business and drama and the wonderful things we all enjoy about the Fosters.
Definitely.
And I hope everyone no, it's okay. I was like, and I hope everyone does feel better. I know everyone was like sick, and it's probably from our like 14 to 24-hour chats. Rest up, you guys. Rest up.
Absolutely, I have to echo that as well. Thanks, Skylar. And Marissa, is there anything you'd like to say before we go?
I just wanted to actually say thank you to Angels and everybody who's been involved in the Hangouts this past week, because like it's really been intense, but it's been so amazing getting to know everybody on different levels and in a different format. So that's really been nice, and I'm really grateful for getting to meet everybody in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely have to agree. A lot of love out there to Angels. She's spent a lot of time on Hangouts and got next to no sleep. Our hearts go out to you. Thank you so much, and we hope that you get better. Definitely rest, Angels. We love you. Just quickly, I'm going to read what some people have said. Angels, Sarah says, thanks, Francois, for the well wishes. You're welcome, Sarah. Angels also saying thank you for the well wishes. And Sarah's sending out all the love, and Angel says it has been super fun. It certainly has been. Thank you to everyone. Now, just because I have to go, if you guys want to do another Hangouts or whatever, that is totally fine. But so sorry that I have to leave you guys, but thank you so much for being here. Love, hugs and kisses. Give someone a hug today and tell them you love them, as I always say. Make love and not war. The next time we are going to do a YouTube live chat anyway will be on Friday for our social issues chat, so definitely come along to that. But there might be some other chats that happen in between. Best way to find out would be to go to the Facebook group, comment below, and let me know, official Facebook page. But until I see or hear you guys next time, thank you very much for being here, and yeah, bye guys, good night, see you.